Hello dear students, in this lecture we will study about one of the very important theory of organic evolution. The fact that there has been organic evolution in the living world is established, but there has been difference of opinion that what is the mechanism of this evolution. So there has been a number of theories which are given to explain the mechanism of organic evolution, and these are some of the important theory. The last lecture was about Lamarckism, and in this lecture we will study about our next theory of organic evolution, which is Darwinism. Darwinism, this theory was explained by Charles Darwin in his book On the Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection. Darwinism, this theory is also termed as the theory of natural selection. There was another scientist whose name was Alfred Russel Wallace. He also proposed very similar theory independently. So most of the biologists, instead of stating it as Darwinism, they call this theory as Darwin-Wallace theory. So now let us take a look at important points or important postulates of the Darwinism. The first is rapid multiplication, which means that all the organisms they tend to multiply geometrically, और सारे organisms का एक ability होती है कि वो एक certain period of time में अपना population को वो double कर सकते हैं, and this period it varies from organism to organism. If we take the example of Paramecium under favorable conditions in 48 hours it can divide 3 times. Means 48 hours में Paramecium by the process of binary fission, one Paramecium it can produce 8 Paramecia. Obviously all of them they do not survive, but somehow imagine if all of them they happen to survive, then what will happen? In 5 years a single Paramecium it can produce Paramecia which may have mass equal to approximately 10,000 times of the mass of the earth. So this is the speed at which organisms they can multiply or they can reproduce, but obviously they do not multiply at this rate, and this is due to the limited resources such as space and food. So there is a carrying capacity of the environment which do not allow the population of any organism to grow indefinitely. So due to this arises a struggle for the existence, or there is a competition between the individuals which have similar requirements for the resources. तो similar requirement वाले जो individuals होंगे उनमें आपस में competition रहेगा, and this competition it can be intra-specific competition, inter-specific competition or struggle, or it can be struggle with the environmental factors. And next postulate of the Darwinism is variations. So Darwin he stated that variations they act as raw material for evolution. Although Darwin he himself was not aware about the genetic mechanism of the variations, but he gave rather most of the credits for evolution to the variations. So what are these variations? These variations they are inborn differences in the shape, size or behavior of the individuals of the same species. जैसे हम लोगों को पता है कि कोई भी स्पीशीज़ के दो इंडिविजुअल्स एग्जैक्टली मॉर्फोलॉजिकली या बिहेवियरली एग्जैक्टली सिमिलर वो कभी भी नहीं होते हैं. सिमिलर इन केस ऑफ ह्यूमन बींग्स कोई भी दो इंडिविजुअल सेम नहीं होंगे, चाहे वो रियल ब्रदर्स एंड सिस्टर्स हों, एंड ओबियसली एक्सेप्ट द आइडेंटिकल ट्विंस. आइडेंटिकल ट्विंस में मॉर्फोलॉजी इज सिमिलर, बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम आइडेंटिकल ट्विंस देर इज़ थोड़े या बहुत ज़्यादा डिफरेंसेस हर एक दो इंडिविजुअल्स में हमेशा रहेंगे ही रहेंगे, और इन्हीं डिफरेंसेस को वी टर्म देम एज variation. The differences they are called as variations, and these variations they can be generally of two types: continuous variation, which are those characteristics which change gradually over a range of values. For example, the height, weight, the skin color in case of human beings, and other are the discontinuous variation, which mean those characters which have only a limited number of possible वैल्यूज सच एज ब्लड ग्रुप इन ह्यूमन बींग्स मीन्स जैसे ह्यूमन बींग्स में ब्लड ग्रुप इट कैन बी ए हो सकता है, बी हो सकता है, ए पॉजिटिव, बी पॉजिटिव, ओ पॉजिटिव, या जो जितने भी टाइप्स के ब्लड हैं, बट स्टिल देर इज़ अ लिमिटेड वैल्यूज़ की लिमिटेड वैल्यूज़ हैं कि इनमें से ही एक ब्लड ग्रुप किसी ह्यूमन बींग का हो सकता है। अनलाइक द हाइट और वेट ऑफ द ह्यूमन बींग, जहाँ पर हाइट एक बहुत रेंज में हो सकती है, 5 फीट हो सकता है, 5.1, 5.2 मीन्स बहुत रेंज हो सकता है वहाँ पे, ये कॉन्टिन्यूस वेरिएशंस में, बट डिसकॉन्टिन्यूस वेरिएशंस दे हैव ओनली अ लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ पॉसिबल वैल्यूज। बट Darwin he talked in his theory Darwinism only about the continuous variation. He did not talk about the discontinuous variation in Darwinism. And next type of variations on the basis of effect of survival chances of the organism. Variations, they can be neutral variation, unfavorable or harmful variation, unfavorable or useful variation. ये टाइप्स वेरिएशंस के हो सकते हैं। एंड डार्विन ही प्रपोज दैट अ लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म टेंड टू अडेप्ट टू हिज इन्वायरमेंट ड्यू टू फेवरेबल कॉन्टिन्यूस वेरिएशन। मीन्स जो फेवरेबल और जो कॉन्टिन्यूस वेरिएशन होंगे उनके वजह से कोई भी ऑर्गेनिज्म अपने इन्वायरमेंट में अडेप्ट होने में उसको बहुत ज़्यादा एडवांटेज उसको मिलता है। देयर इज़ वन अनदर इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग अबाउट द वेरिएशंस अबाउट विच Darwin he mentioned in Darwinism that all these variations, they are present in the individual or in the organism from birth. They are inborn variation, unlike the Lamarckism में जैसे लेमार्क ने बोला कि करेक्टर्स दे आर एक्वायर्ड ड्यूरिंग द लाइफ टाइम, तो लेमार्किज्म में बोला गया कि करेक्टर्स जो हैं वो लाइफ टाइम के दौरान एक्वायर होते हैं, बट डार्विन ही स्टेटेड दैट दीज वेरिएशंस दे आर प्रेजेंट इन द इंडिविजुअल्स राइट फ्रॉम द बर्थ, दे आर नॉट एक्वायर्ड ड्यूरिंग द लाइफ टाइम। तो दिस इज वन ऑफ द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट डिफरेंस बिटवीन लेमार्किज्म एंड द डार्विनिज्म। The next postulate is the natural selection or the survival of the fittest. So there is a struggle for existence in the individuals, as we just discussed in one of the previous postulate of Darwinism. Due to this struggle for existence, the individuals with more useful and favorable variations, they have a competitive advantage over the others. So there are more chances of their survival. The individual जिनमें ज़्यादा favorable variations होंगे उनके survival के chances they are comparatively better. So this sorting of individuals on the basis of useful variations by nature, it is termed as natural selection by Darwin, and it was referred as survival of the fittest by Wallace. And then next postulate is the inheritance of the useful variations. This Darwinism, it states that the individuals they can pass on their useful variations to the next generation. Means हर एक इंडिविजुअल में दो तरह के वेरिएशंस उसको मिलेंगे, एक तो हर एक जनरेशन में नए नए वेरिएशंस अराइज होंगे, एंड सेकेंड दोज इंडिविजुअल्स दे विल ऑल्सो इनहेरिट वेरिएशंस फ्रॉम देयर पेरेंट्स। तो जनरेशन आफ्टर जनरेशन नए नए वेरिएशन भी बनते रहेंगे और वो पिछले जनरेशन्स के वेरिएशंस को भी वो इनहेरिट करेंगे, एंड फाइनली विच रिजल्ट्स इन द स्पीशिएशन, which means that these useful variations go on accumulating, and after a number of generations the variations they become so many and prominent that their possessors they turn into new species. कि बहुत सारे generations के बाद हर एक जनरेशन में नए भी बनते रहेंगे वेरिएशन, पुराने जनरेशन्स के वेरिएशंस के को भी वो इनहेरिट करते रहेंगे, तो इतने ज़्यादा वेरिएशन बहुत सारे जनरेशन के बाद इकट्ठे हो जाएंगे कि एक नया स्पीशीज़ का वहाँ पे फॉर्मेशन हो जाएगा। बट दिस प्रोसेस इट टेक्स वेरी 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 लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम और न्यूमरस नंबर ऑफ जनरेशन्स इट टेक्स. So this Darwinism, it states that speciation is a slow and gradual process. And next comes the evidences in favor of Darwinism. So the first evidence is the artificial selection. A close parallelism can be drawn between natural selection and the artificial selection. If by controlled breeding and artificial selection man can produce new varieties of plants and breeds of the domestic animals in a short period, nature, which has comparatively much abundant resources and very long time at its disposal, it can easily produce new species by selection. And next evidence is other evidences of Darwinism. They include mimicry and protective coloration in certain animals, and correlation between position of nectaries of flowers and the length of proboscis of the insects. This correlation as well as the mimicry and the protective coloration, all these they can only be developed gradually over a long period of time by natural selection. And here is an example of mimicry, which means that there is much of morphological resemblance between organisms of two different species. And here in this particular example, this viceroy butterfly, which is a comparatively unprotected species, as it is palatable and is liked to be eaten by the predators such as birds. This viceroy butterfly is termed as mimic, which morphologically resembles its model, which here is monarch butterfly. This monarch butterfly is comparatively protected species as it is distasteful and it is not liked to be eaten by most of the predators. So due to this morphological resemblance between the mimic and the model, the predator may get confused, and this mimic in this way it gets a survival advantage. So here is another example of mimicry. Here also this non-poisonous snake is the mimic and the poisonous snake is the model. This much level of similarity, the morphological similarities between the organisms of very different species, as said earlier, it can only be achieved gradually by natural selection. And then there is this example of protective coloration, in which the organism's body color, it blends with its environment, and with this it can disguise its prey or the predator, so it is advantageous for both the prey and the predator, and it increases their survival chances. These are other examples of protective coloration. I will send you the this PDF of this lecture in the Google Classroom. There you can see all these photographs. And then next comes the evidences against Darwinism or the criticism of Darwinism. First is the Darwinism is not able to explain the inheritance of small variations in those organs which can be of use only when they are fully formed. For example, the wings of the birds, they can help in flight only when they are fully developed. So it is almost difficult to understand the inheritance of such organs in their initial stages when they are very small or underdeveloped, and they cannot be of any advantage for their possessors. And next is this Darwinism, it is again not able to explain the inheritance of the vestigial organs, as Darwinism it states that only the individuals with favorable variations or the characters are selected by nature, and such characters are then inherited to the next generation. But these vestigial organs, they serve no function to the possessor, and yet they are being preserved generation after generation. Again, Darwinism cannot explain the inheritance of some over specialized organ present in some of the organisms. Another shortcoming we can say of Darwinism is that it only explains about the survival of the fittest, but it do not explain about the arrival of the fittest. Means Darwinism में कोई अकाउंट नहीं है कि कैसे इंडिविजुअल में वेरिएशन जो है वो अराइज होते हैं. एज सेड अर्लियर, डार्विन ही वाज नॉट एट ऑल अवेयर अबाउट द जेनेटिक मैकेनिज्म ऑफ द वेरिएशन. सो दीज आर the shortcomings or the criticism of the Darwinism. Although Darwin he himself confessed that natural selection has been the main but not the exclusive mean for the speciation. And like Lamarckism, Darwinism was also revised, and its modified form is termed as Neo-Darwinism. And about Neo-Darwinism, we will study in detail in one of our coming lecture. And finally, here is this photograph which compares the Lamarckism and the Darwinism with in terms of evolution of the giraffe. So that is all for today's lecture. Thank you.